What's up guys, DLifeHD here. In this QuickCast, we talk post-game reactions to the Bulls vs Mavs game, our conundrum at the point guard position, I preview Bulls vs Celtics, talk starting lineup and matchups, players to watch, and my winner predictions. Let's get started. Guess what guys, we won a game! It's interesting because you just never know what team you're gonna get. Not because we don't have the talent, but because we don't know what players Fred is gonna give more playing time to. You just don't. You don't. And that's what makes it so hard to predict these wins or losses. Bobby Portis had a monster game with 22 points, and that's what really contributed to our fourth quarter 28-8 surge that led to our win. As I said on the last previous show, the Bulls could win this one if and only if the bench showed up, and BP sure as heck did show up in this one. BP helped our bench outscore theirs 39-20. But with that said, let's go for the winners and losers for this one. As predicted, Harrison Barnes blew Nwaba out of the water in terms of scoring, but Nwaba beat him in assists and rebounding. Jerk and Markkanen were neck and neck in scoring, but Markkanen blew Nowitzki out in rebounds as well. Markkanen gets the win though. Dwight Powell gets just 2 less points, but blows Felicia out on the boards. Powell wins on that one. Zach LaVine beats Wesley Matthews all around as predicted. The only one I was wrong about was at point guard. I thought that Dunn would contain Smith Jr. a little more than he did, although Dunn did have a good game, scoring 18 points, 7 assists, and 7 boards. Smith Jr. wins it anyway though. Let's talk about something that's actually been on my mind a while. It seems that we have a problem with our backup point guard position. Our starting point guard is obviously Chris Dunn right now, but our backup point guards are not that good. From Jerry Grant to Campaign and numerous other players we've tried at that position like Ryan Arcidiacono and Antonio Blakeney. Honestly, out of all these guys, the only one I've seen promise from is Antonio Blakeney. And it bothers me to no end that they always have the guy in the G League. I mean, come on! The dude is tearing it up in the G League right now, averaging 32 points per game. The guy is obviously talented, and it infuriates me to no end that we can't get him on the floor when a guy like Campaign is out there. And I know that he was brought here in that Taj Gibson trade because the front office thought he had potential, but guess what? He doesn't. Take him out and bring Blakeney in, please. The other option would be making a trade at the draft and getting a solid point guard. I don't want to use any of our top draft slots on another point guard, but if we can manage to trade someone like Jerry Grant in a package for a bottom first round draft pick, I'd do it. I'd really like to see how Blakeney would pan out with more playing time though. I think he could blossom into something special. Okay, so the Bulls are coming off a win to the Mavericks while the Celtics are coming off a heartbreaking loss to the Houston Rockets. The Rockets are in a whole different league than the Mavs, but as you know, the Celtics are still an elite team in the East. Making this prediction kind of easy, you would think, right? But the Bulls are now starting Bobby Portis instead of Cristiano Felicia. This is a move I love. Now, replace Nwaba with Valentine and I'd be a happy camper. Though I know we need offense coming off of the bench. So I'm kind of excited to see how BP does as a starter because the matchups won't be as lopsided as having Felicio out there. I can't wait to see how that center position looks now. So let's get into it. First, the matchup at point guard. Chris Dunn versus Kyrie Irving. Obviously, Kyrie is a superstar and one of the best point guards in the league. I'd say top 6. Size-wise, they match up pretty evenly. Unfortunately, the scoring is super lopsided. Kyrie's 24.7 completely overshadowed Dunn's 13.5 points per game, and Kyrie just dominates Dunn offensively on every level. Fortunately, Dunn's a really good defender and edges Irving out on all categories there. I still give this matchup to Kyrie though, too good not to. Up next, the battle at shooting guard. Zach LaVine versus Jaylen Brown. LaVine averages 2.9 more points than Brown at 16.9 to 14.0 points per game, but Jaylen Brown shoots it more effectively and has a better shooting percentage than LaVine while playing more minutes. He's also a better rebounder and blocker than LaVine. LaVine, however, does edge him out on assists and steals. I give this matchup to LaVine just because we're playing at home. Now, the battle at small forward, David Nwaba versus Jason Tatum. Tatum is a much better scoring, averaging 13.5 to Nuaba's 6.8 points per game, and virtually beats Nuaba in every category but field goal percentage, which is understandable since Nuaba shoots much less. What's impressive is Tatum's field goal percentage is still 47.5%. Tatum also has a lights out 3-point percentage at 42.7%. Wow, it's easy to say that this one goes to Tatum. The matchup at power forward, Lauri Markkanen versus Al Horford. This matchup is really interesting. Al Horford is a heck of a player, but Markkanen still beats him out in scoring average at 15.3 versus 13.3 points per game. But Al Horford has a better field goal percentage and 3-point percentage than Markkanen. He also beats out Markkanen in every other category but rebounds per game, where they are both tied at 7.7 per game. This one could really go either way, but I gotta pick Markkanen. Last but not least, the battle at center, Bobby Portis versus Aaron Baines. Portis has been playing lights out the past few games, but I'm wondering how he'll adapt to the starting center position. He beats Baines in scoring, averaging at 12.5 versus 5.7 points per game, virtually every other category but blocks per game, where Baines edges him out at 0.6 versus 0.3. I give this one to Bobby Portis just because he's been playing so well. I don't see him stopping this one either. According to my predictions, the Bulls win this matchup 3-2, with a couple matchups that could just as easily go to the Celtics as well. Kyrie could also just explode and blow us out himself. The other problem we have now is that we have taken out the person that was really providing most of the bench scoring. So if Denzel Valentine or Jeremy Grant don't step up, I could easily see the Celtics win the bench game as well. Honestly, I could imagine a world where the Bulls play up to their competition and get a win here, but I'm marking down a loss just because the Celtics are just that good. I could also see it going like my 2K game, with the Bulls coming out hot off the gate, but being edged out by the Celtics in the last quarter. Man, was that loss heartbreaking. I was playing so well. Alright guys, thanks again for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this. And make sure and follow me on Twitter and Facebook for daily posts. Love you guys, and peace.